Activated, your window into an extraordinary world lived by many, yet celebrated by few. We showcase how to rally for persons with disabilities, taking you on a journey with valuable life lessons and intriguing personalities, leaving you ready for action. Activated takes us on a journey of taking lessons from persons with disabilities and how we must do things differently to unleash the contribution persons with disabilities can and must make to building a disability-inclusive Mzansi. In today's program, Disability and Beauty Through a Social Lens, we meet Valentine Mabaso, who has been living with scars as a result of atopic dermatitis, a skin condition she was diagnosed with at 13. We speak to Mariska Venter, full-time model embarking on a journey to break everyday stereotypes in the industry. And we end our show with Sister Sue Ann to discuss the purpose and value catheter pants have brought to the lives of so many. Hello and welcome to Activated with me, Helge Barkhuizen. Skoonheid is in die oë van die aanskouer, of so sê hulle. Wanneer dit agter by skoonheid en gestremdheid kom, meen die samelewing dat laasgenoemde dikwels 'n merker van alles behalwe skoonheid is. Ongetwyfeld is daar vordering gemaak deur die skoonheidsbedryf wanneer dit by inklusiwiteit kom. Die bedryf bly egter grootliks 'n gebied wat uitsluitlik vir nie-gestremdes gebou is. On the other hand, one way in which people express their beauty is in the clothes they decide to wear. For persons with disabilities, the options are usually limited as clothes are primarily designed for non-disabled persons. This episode aims to challenge the beauty standards that have been set and ultimately expose the beauty that exists in disability. Now, let's get activated. Living with scars from a chronic skin disorder, fire, car crash, or any other event that leaves you marked for life can be traumatizing and often leads to low self-esteem. Let us meet Valentino. Valentino founded a campaign called Rock Scars, which aims to provide a platform for people living with scars. The campaign has been well received and has currently reached over 22,000 people from across the world. The campaign slogan is, "You are a warrior and you've got scars to prove it." A powerful mantra that all people living with scars should be proud and confident, and a mantra that they recite to themselves daily.
Now, in my opinion, what I think makes a person beautiful is their character. I strongly believe that beauty is skin deep. You can't just look at a person and you conclude that, you know, this one is not beautiful, this one is ugly. And for me, when you get to know a person, that's when you get to see their beauty. Beauty comes from the heart, you know. And as much as we can try and say, the physical scars, they don't make you attractive, that is just one person's opinion, because they say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. But if I myself, with my scars, find myself beautiful, then it doesn't matter what the next person says about me. As long as I feel beautiful, then I am beautiful. If I could say anything to somebody who's probably in the same situation as I was 13 years ago, it's not easy, but it's very doable. You're not alone as well. There are many people out there who are willing to who are willing to support you, who are still going to see you and so don't lose hope. This is the only shot that we have in life, and there's not going to be another you in this universe. So embrace yourself, embrace your scars. Discuss stand out. Discuss your strength is written on your skin. So embrace it and rock it wholeheartedly, because you are a warrior. Okay, the campaign ya Rock Scars since I think it's about 6 years, you know, so the plan for the near future is to concentrate more on our modeling side, because we have signed with models discuss, which is something that is not done, you know, in the beauty industry as well. So we want to put more marketing on that. Launch our swimwear range. The reason why we launch the swimwear range is it's difficult for le mabadi gore a tsamaye a ilo apara bikini confidently on a beach or a pool. So we are launching the swimwear line gore batho ba le gore bana le discuss ba kgone go feel confident ba apere brand le gore e bolela story sa bona and ba resonate le yona and ya ba representer as well. So we'd also like to tour South Africa, especially ko diskolong, because that's where most of us, bullies emerge from Budi high schools. So we'd like to tour South Africa, to offer words of encouragement, to host the bigger events, hopefully even take it to the entire Africa, because outside of the country, they would like to meet us, to meet with us, or right now it's only done online. So we are hoping we will be able, in the few months to come, we grow in terms of the brand on its own and the campaign as well. What drives me, I would say, it's the faith I have in myself. I know that Dilorika Maya in my favor, but every time I get competing, I always tell myself that no matter what happens, you are capable, you can overcome anything, and whatever you want, you can get. So I think you can do encouraging every day. I believe our faith can move mountains. So as long as we tap, then the universe will listen and it will deliver back positively to yourself or about yourself. So if there's somebody who is watching right now and they would love we are there online, WhatsApp group, we have all members. If maybe one day you're waking up and now your self-confidence is down, you can always ask for words of encouragement from the group. It's members who have different scars and different skin conditions. Treatment, because most of the skin conditions are chronic. So if maybe you wake up and there's a flare up or something, this and this, it helped me. And also another thing, in our groups, raise the funds, the dermatologist thing or the treatment, because most of those things we don't get them at public facilities. So yeah, so if you wanna join our WhatsApp group, information on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, we are at RockScarsZA. So and then we'll urge you on our group and yeah, take it from there.
Na die advertensiebreek gesels ons met Mariska Venter, 'n voltydse model en atleet. Sy word verteenwoordig deur 2 modelagentskappe. Mariska was 'n model voor haar ongeluk wat 'n beseerde ruggraat tot gevolg gehad het en het besluit om weer as 'n rolstoelgebruiker te begin modelleer. We'll be right back. After an amazing family holiday, they were on their way back home when a car overtook a truck and crashed right into them and caused a head-to-head collision. Mariska woke up to find that she had not only lost her father and her eldest brother, but that she had broken her back and would never be able to walk again or feel her legs. She was only 8 years old. At 14 years of age, and apart from modeling, she started playing tennis in 2010 and went on to become ranked first for under 18 junior girls in the world and currently ranks second in South African women wheelchair tennis. Welkom Mariska.
Dankie, dit is so lekker om hier op die stel saam met julle te wees en met jou te gesels.
Weet jy het so sin, I'm a full-time model embarking on a journey to break all stereotypes. Wat is hierdie stereotypes en hoe werk hulle met gestremdhede en hoekom voel jy so?
In Suid-Afrika is daar stereotypes as hulle iemand in 'n rolstoel sien of iemand met 'n disability, is dit al van is jy van 'n ander planeet? Ons is nie gewoond daaraan nie. Ons wil jou nie sien nie, maar ons wil jou sien. Ons is nie op interviews nie, ons is nie op magazine covers nie, ons is nie, as jy in 'n mall loop, jy sien nie ons op die advertensies van klere nie.
Ja.
En dis al die stereotype, en die stereotype is, maar jy kan nie mooi wees nie, jy kan nie suksesvol wees nie, jy is maar net jou disability en dis wat jy is.
Ja.
En dis al die stereotype wat gevorm het, en ek voel veral in Suid-Afrika is dit vir my nog baie erg. En dit is al dit wat ek wil breek, vir hulle wil wys dat, maak nie saak of jy in 'n rolstoel is, of wat jou disability is nie, jy kan suksesvol wees, jy kan jou drome uitleef, en jy kan mooi wees. en ek kan ook 'n model wees.
Vir ons kykers, jy is 'n voltydse model en jy speel tennis, right? Wie is Mariska anders as dit?
Ek is maar net, soos hulle sê, small town girl. Ek kom van 'n klein dorpie af, Ermelo. So, ja, ek is lief vir mense, ek is lief daarvoor om vir diere en ek wil net daar buite wees en goeie dinge doen en ander mense laat goed voel oor hulle self en hulle treat en hulle laat glo dat hulle mooi is. Ja, 'n mens, dis wie ek is.
Wat het hierdie alles begin? Waar het dit vir jou begin waar jy voel, "Jesus, ek wil modelwerk doen. Ek wil 'n verskil maak in die wêreld. Ek wil ander mense help met gestremdhede sodat hulle ook voel dat hulle mooi is." Waar het hierdie alles vir jou begin?
So ek was 'n klein modelletjie gewees voor my karongeluk, toe ek nog kon loop. Ek het begin met model 5 jaar oud. En obviously was ek in 'n ongeluk gewees en nou in 'n rolstoel en daarna het ek nie model gedoen nie. Ek het begin met rolstoeltennis speel.
Okay.
En ek voel dit was al die eerste ding wat ek vir myself bewys het en toe vir ander bewys het dat ek is in 'n rolstoel, maar ek kan nog steeds 'n professionele atleet wees. En toe ek dit nou bereik het en hoër hoogtes bereik het in daai industrie, het ek weer gekyk na model en ek was soos, maar ek wil dit terug doen. Ek wil dit weer doen. Dis my passie. Ek wil dit terugbring en ek wil wys dat in 'n rolstoel kan ek dit nog steeds doen. Dit beteken nie nou kan ek dit nie meer doen nie. Dis waar die vuur gekom het, is dat ek wil bewys vir myself dat ek kan doen, maar ook vir almal daar buite en om die industrie te verander.
Ja.
Want ek dink as die industrie verander en meer mense sien met disabilities, gaan mense in society minder na ons kyk as ons van 'n ander planeet af is.
Ja, definitief. Jy is by 'n modelagentskap in Suid-Afrika. Kan jy my 'n bietjie vertel watter agentskap dit is en weet wat jy voel rondom hierdie agentskap,
Ja.
wat ander agentskappe kan doen om ons meer in te sluit?
Toe ek besluit het ek wil my modelloopbaan begin het, I reached out to everyone in Pretoria and Johannesburg to see who is willing to take me on board and willing to take my profile and really help me to break those stereotypes. And that's what I came to them with as well, is to show inclusivity and break stereotypes around the industry in South Africa. And the only agency that came back to me was Ice Models. They were so welcoming to join me into their family and to help me get castings and get works from the castings. So yeah, I have much respect for Ice Models that took me on board, and it's actually a cry out as well to every other agency in the country, like,
Sure
why
is.
are you not taking us on? What is your reason?
On an international front, we can see that they're bringing in models with wheelchairs and models with prosthetic limbs. What can we do so that this isn't just a fleeting moment, so that it's a sustainable change, not just on ramps and catwalks, but throughout all of our advertising and media as we see it today?
I feel like it's something that needs to be inspired by the models itself and by the people with disabilities itself. I feel like we have a voice and go to these industries and go to these businesses and tell them that we are human and that we should be casted for jobs and for marketing and catwalks and magazines, and that we also can be shown to the world. So I really feel like it's something that it's our job to go out there and to preach to the world, and hopefully the world will listen.
I feel like we should perhaps see that they write briefs where they say, we want any type of person to respond to this ad. For girls and boys and men and women out there that feel that they're not desirable and they're not attractive due to the fact that they have a disability, what type of advice and or tips do you have for them? Because I can see your makeup is perfectly done.
Thank you.
Yeah. So please, what type of tips do you have for other people with disabilities?
Yeah, and that's a really big point you're bringing on. I've had so many men come up to me and tell me, you're so beautiful, but you're in a wheelchair, as if that's a problem.
I hate that it's a but in
Exactly.
that sentence. Yes.
And that's what I also want people to believe out there, is that your wheelchair or your disability does not define you. You are still you, and you're still human.
Yeah.
And if you accept yourself and you love yourself, that will radiate through everyone around you, and they will start believing it too.
How do we break those stereotypes? How do we get people not to see us as a but sentence and just as my personality is beautiful, I'm beautiful? How do we get them to move away from that?
I think the way we do is exactly what we're doing right here. We're talking about it, we're educating people out there, we're showing them that we're more than our disability. We show them we're successful in life, in business, in entrepreneurship, and in modeling, and in the fashion industry, that we can be anything we want to be. It might not be the way they want it to be, but it's in a different, unique, artistic way.
Sure.
But we get to that point at the end of the day, and we are the same.
As a last question, do you think that we should have an all-inclusive platform platform instead of having Miss South Africa Wheelchair, Miss Albinism South Africa, Miss Deaf South Africa, and have just one platform where everyone is celebrated together?
I think that would be amazing because you don't judge people then on their disabilities or the way they look, but actually the person they are. And the thing about pageants is people need to understand it's not all about beauty. It's about the job and the work you can do in society to change people, whatever course you want to take or whatever message you want to get out there. So if you have a title as Miss South Africa or Miss World, it's all about the work you're going to do with that title. So it doesn't actually matter if you have a disability or not. So it would be amazing to have one big title and actually choose the woman that would make the most impact in the world in that year.
Voor ons eindig, Mariska, watter tipe advies het jy vir die kyker daar buite?
My advies is my slogan in life, keep shining. So maak nie saak wat jy doen in die lewe nie, maak seker jy shine. Daar is dae wat ons donker voel en afvoel, embrace daai dae, maar maak seker jy word wakker die volgende dag en jy probeer net 'n bietjie beter as die volgende dag wees. En moenie dink jy is ooit alleen nie. En as jy net wakker word en probeer beter wees as die dag voor dit, het jy al klaar iets bereik. Iets kleins wat ek sommer doen is net om myself mooi te make-up. Net deur dit te doen, laat my beter voel en laat my reg voel vir die dag. En ek sal sê, maak nie saak wat jy doen nie, kry daar ietsie kleins wat jy kan doen sodat jy lus het vir die lewe en dat sodat jy lus het vir die volgende dag.
Dankie, Mariska. Dit was 'n plesier om jou hier te hê. After the break, we meet up with Sister Sue and Mahlwele, known as Sister Sue, who demonstrates her catheter pants invention, which is a major step up for dignity and dressing up for persons using a catheter bag. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back. Adaptive clothing is garments that are specifically designed for persons with disabilities. The main idea of adaptive clothing is catering for the vast array of needs different consumers have, while maintaining style and fashionability. Aanpasbare klere maak mode toeganklik deur klere te ontwerp wat deur mense met verskeie gestremthede gebruik kan word. Byvoorbeeld, 'n persoon met een hand 'n hemp probeer toeknoop of 'n ritsluiter kan sukkel om hierdie take te voltooi. En dit is waar aanpasbare klere inkom, deur 'n oplossing vir sulke mense te bring waar hulle onafhanklikheid en styl bied. We meet Sister Sue and Mahlwele, known as Sister Sue, South African ICU-trained registered nurse who is passionate about patient care and who has over 20 years' experience in healthcare, both in the private and public sector. Creator or inventor of Care by Sister Sue Catheter Pants. Through a close interaction with her patients and clients, she has been able to understand their different healthcare needs and requirements. After a client conveyed to her their frustration at having a catheter bag hanging down their leg and the added anxiety experienced from the stares of people, this led Sister Sue to seek a solution to provide comfort and dignity to catheter users. Sister Sue continues to provide patient care at her private practice, as well as at various medical facilities and patient homes.
How I became interested in healthcare. Initially, when I passed my matric, my plan was to become an air hostess. Then I thought it was this beautiful career to look up to. Unfortunately, things did not work out as planned. I did my first year at UNISA doing B communications, and the second year I couldn't afford to go back to university. My aunt then thought that, no, instead of wasting a year at home, let's go and apply for nursing. That was in 1994. I applied at the Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital. I started my 4-year diploma in nursing. It was only then I realized that in my family, nursing, it was part of the lineage. From my grandmother and my aunt and other aunts also went in nursing. And that's how my journey started. And since then, I never looked back. As an ICU-trained nurse, I think being in that critical environment, for me, it takes out the best of me. That's where you learn a lot of skills, you critical thinking, being resilient, compassionate, and also seeing the results when you see your patient walking out of ICU after been there for a long time, for me, that is the reward. The making of an adaptive clothing or the making of Care by Sisters to Catheter pants. Firstly, the thought was it should be comfortable, weather-friendly, easy to wash, cost-effective, and the material should be readily available, sourced in locally, and it should be a product that you can identify within the people. For me, it should be a South African-based product. What will South African want to wear? Yes, that was the thought of starting to make the catheter pants. The catheter pants, they come into different materials. They are high quality lycra materials sourced in South Africa, and they are hypoallergenic, quick dry, easy to wash, and also they can be adapted into many things. They are sort of a versatile wear. You can make it as a sleepwear, swimwear, or an everyday undergarment clothing. And also for people that no longer need to wear catheter pants, they can use them as cycling shorts because that's how comfortable they are. How do people perceive adaptive clothing? Initially, when I introduced Care by Sisters to catheter pants, people thought it was nice to have clothing, and most people rejected me. I met up with one of the funders, medical aid funders, of which they said it is nice to have clothing. And now looking back and realizing the need out there, I wish people could step back and think out of the box and look at adaptive clothing as a way of life. It's what we need, and it is here to stay.
En so het ons aan die einde gekom van ons program vandag. Bly veilig. Tot volgende week, selfde plek, selfde tyd, only on SABC2. You belong. Join, like and share Activated on Facebook.